The recent performances at Chelsea have made a turnaround after two back-to-back wins away from home. Mauricio Pochettino started on a bad form in his first session as a football manager at Chelsea. Seems to have found a system that accommodates his team. So Chelsea managed to win resoundingly at Turf Moor, scoring 4 goals. One of the games where Chelsea actually beat their XG with more than 2 goals. Mauricio Pochettino also managed to win at Fulham. In this game, Chelsea conceded no goals, courtesy of remarkable saves by Sanchez. So what is the system that Pochettino is implementing? Pochettino is implementing the 4-3-3 system. And this 4-3-3 system has looked like it is a balanced system for Chelsea. The game against Burnley saw the following lineup, with the key talking points including the Cucurella starting as right back, Raheem Sterling starting as a left winger, and the role of Gallagher and Cole Palmer. The strength of this system has been the midfield. The midfield of Caicedo, Enzo, and Gallagher. I've done a video on how this midfield is strong, link in the top right hand corner and the description. Before we start, do not forget to like, share and subscribe for more videos like this. So our first aspect is to look at Chelsea in possession. And when you look at Chelsea in possession, you look at the role of Moises Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez in this team. So during possession, you'll find Chelsea starting in a 4-3-3 system, but they will drop their center backs deep and close to the goalkeeper while the fullbacks will play wide. Caicedo will start as the single holding midfielder dropping deep, but if when picked, Enzo Fernandez will be the secondary midfielder to drop deep to receive the ball directly to Thiago Silva. And Thiago Silva holds the ball till he baits a forward to come and press him and then play a ball to Caicedo. So here you can see that Caicedo receives the ball and he can play the ball to Marc Cucurella. When Marc Cucurella is pressed, he can play the ball back. The ball is played to Sanchez, who can play a first-time ball to Enzo Fernandez. The role of Gallagher in between the lines cannot be ignored. But in most instances, what you'll see is Gallagher moves and occupies the right wing position so that he can give the right-footed strength in Chelsea's right wing, while Cole Palmer comes in to play as a number 10. And we're going to show that and explain why. So Cole Palmer is quite effective in finding these spaces in between the lines. You can see from this clip here, Cole Palmer has dropped deep, ready to receive the ball directly from Disasi. So Disasi scans his options. Caicedo and Enzo have been tied up by the opposition. Palmer receives the ball in space, and once Palmer has received the ball in space, he's now running at the back four when Chelsea have already taken out the front and midfield lines of the opposition team. Now, Cole Palmer is quite effective in this position since he has excellent passing accuracy to pick players in behind the lines. Now, a lot of teams have started now to stop pressing Chelsea high up the pitch because of their effective build-up. And in this case, they try to force Chelsea to play wide, where they make Thiago Silva or Disasi to play the ball to the fullback. But when the two forwards try to press, Colwill receives the ball in space and is able to create an overload together with Raheem Sterling down the left, something that we saw in the game against Fulham and Burnley. Colwill, who's a centre-back, starts quite wide and quite high like a left winger, while Sterling also hugs the touchline down the left. The main aim is to leave Sterling in a 1v1 situation where Sterling can use his explosive pace and dribbling ability to beat the fullback and advance with the ball high up the pitch. When Chelsea are being pressed with a two-man backline, You see sometimes Colwill dropping deep to form the back three system with Cucurella inverting in midfield. From this clip you can see that Burnley are trying to press Thiago Silva and Disasi, and now Colwill has dropped deep to allow Enzo and Caicedo, who are better passers, to remain in midfield. In some instances, Caicedo finds himself as a single holding midfielder with Enzo pushing forward and Cucurella inverting towards him. When Enzo receives the ball in between the lines, his first aim is to play the ball to Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling in this position is quite effective, since when he receives the ball in space, he's not afraid to directly attack his opponents with the ball, a strength that Raheem Sterling possesses. From this clip you can clearly see how Enzo Fernandez is dictating to Disasi to play the ball in midfield. In this situation, Cucurella is the one who's starting as a third centre back to give Chelsea numerical advantage. Now, we move on to when Chelsea are just facing a one-man attacking system. You might see Chelsea sometimes employing the Brighton system of building up play. This might also be aided with Enzo Fernandez, who likes to get on the ball most times, and sometimes he drops deep so that he can play these long diagonal passes to his fullbacks, to his wingers making runs, as well as for the runs of Jackson and Armando Broja. From the clip here you can see Enzo Fernandez has dropped deep close to Thiago Silva. Enzo Fernandez receives the ball here, and this allows his fullbacks and Palmer to make those wide runs. And this also opens up spaces in midfield for Caicedo to receive the ball under least pressure. The main aim that we need to talk about is the role of Cole Palmer in this team. Palmer starts out wide, but in most instances he inverts in midfield and plays as a number 10 in the right half space. This can be aided by either Cucurella pushing forward or Gallagher sticking to his position in midfield, with Enzo Fernandez also pushing down the left wing, left half space to create space for Sterling to receive the ball in space. The role of Cucurella in the right wing will be exemplified on the return of Reece James, who is great at hugging the touchline down the right hand flank. The development of the 4-3-3 system by having numerical advantages in midfield is a strength that Chelsea are currently exploiting in their opponents. Let's look at out of possession and how Pochettino has set out his team out of possession. So out of possession, the key strength that we look in a team is pressing. And the first thing that you're going to look at in the pressing system is the high press. Since most teams in the Premier League now want to play out from the back, Chelsea press in their 4-2-3-1 system with the striker leading the press. The main aim of the press is to force the ball in the wide areas where Chelsea can effectively employ touchline press. A point to note is the position of Sterling and Palmer, who start quite narrow, and the role of Conor Gallagher's energetic press as the number 10. When opposition teams decide to go long, Chelsea have capable centre-backs who can win aerial duels. Now, when Chelsea are in possession in lower blocks when they are defending, they are also defending in a 4-2-3-1 system, as you can see here. Roger leads the line, the wingers stay quite narrow, while Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez just play ahead of the defense, picking up players who are dropping in between the lines. This enables Caicedo to use his excellent interception skills, and we saw this in the game against Burnley when he won the ball and immediately played in Gallagher, who played in Sterling, who scored the goal. So the 4-3-3 has been a formation that a lot of teams have used, such as Manchester City, but seeing Pochettino employing it at Chelsea indicates that Chelsea are now moving to this system that has given them 2 wins back to back. The game against Arsenal at Stamford Bridge after the transfer window will be pivotal in seeing whether this system is effective for Chelsea in the long run. Arsenal, who have managed to beat Manchester City after a very long time with a strong display, are coming to Stamford Bridge where they have won 3 games in a row. It's up to Chelsea to end this and to end Arsenal's unbeaten run. We're going to do an analysis on that. This is the end of the video. Thanks for watching.